Once again, the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has broken the rules, and as usual, the left wing newspapers are way too obsessed with this story instead of talking about bigger problems in the country. Okay, so it's going to be quite weird because I am going to be criticizing Rishi Sunak or Rashid Sunak for being stupid. At the same time, also going to be talking about the problem with being obsessed with this particular story. For those of you, in case you missed it, essentially, yesterday, Rishi and his family decided to go to Hyde Park, which, by the way, it's quite nice to actually have a country where Prime Minister could occasionally just go to a public place um, almost openly compared to any other country. And the park, Hyde Park, has this rule where you have to make sure that your dog is always on leash. And he didn't have it until someone actually filmed him and they panicked and they decided to get the dog. Watch this. Absolutely outrageous. Obviously, on the one hand, a prime minister must be overly cautious, even when it comes to silly stuff and things like this. It matters when it comes to the reputation, political reputation. He should have made sure that the dog is actually on the leash. Because if the rule exists for everybody else, just make sure you do it. There's a reason they have that. On the other hand, does it actually matter as much as everything else that's going on right now? So the police decided to actually have a chat with Rishi Sunak, which is quite fascinating because if he gets a fixed penalty notice, it will be his third fine, police fine, which is also quite interesting. I'm going to get into that in a second. But the police had a chat with him saying, we are aware of a video showing a dog being walked off the lead in Hyde Park. A police officer who was present at the time spoke to a woman and reminded her of the rules. The dog was put on the lead. The woman, obviously, I'm guessing either Rishi Sunak's daughter or wife or someone else who was there. Now, funny thing is, there was a lot of problems with the whole story when it comes to the fixed penalty notices. But firstly, the Mirror, all these left-wing newspapers, David Burke, the political correspondent, and all the others, focused way too much on this. Yesterday, they were talking about, well, yes, that that Rishi Sunak deserves to get a fine, and it's just outrageous. The whole country is coming down. On the other hand, whilst it's a ridiculous story, let's have some perspective on this. There were a lot of people, even in the Tory party and in the country, who were so angry at Boris Johnson for receiving one police fine for standing next to a birthday cake. I'm not really undermining or like defending Boris Johnson, because every time I say this as a joke, people comment saying, "Why are you defending Boris Johnson? Why do you love Boris Johnson?" I didn't say that. But the funny thing is, he received one fine. He was brought down, essentially. And this, if he were to receive a police fine, Rishi, over this, which he won't, it will be his third police fine. He's already got two. Like, why is it we brought down a prime minister over one fine, and the other one keeps receiving fines every 2 weeks right now? Anyway, the whole point of it is that there are bigger problems in the country, and I did this video to remind people of the unfortunate culture of mainstream press and media in this country. On the other hand, politicians like Rishi Sunak, you need to be more careful when it comes to this sort of stuff. It matters. There's a reason that rule exists. The world didn't end, but at the same time, don't give ammo to journalists. Just focus on real problems. I'd rather if people criticize Rishi Sunak over his policies and his agenda rather than his dog. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.